Tournament of Power is drawing near. With only 4 minutes remaining, we have 4 fighters left on the Universe 7 team. I'm joined here today by Unreal Entertainment Gaming, and we're going to be discussing who is next to kick the bucket, because what we've seen here is that time is drawing downwards and we don't have that much potential left in these characters, and we're trying to decide exactly who we see getting ringed out and why.
Now what's interesting is, I mean, it's pretty obvious based on the preview, and I want to thank you so much for having me on the channel again. It's always fun to talk to you about Dragon Ball because we spoke about this a little bit off camera. We spoke about this in our previous videos. 17 is going to be the next one to go. It's very obvious, but the question is, like, how? How is 17 going to go? I think what's most interesting is at the very end of the preview, if you pay close attention, Goku and Vegeta are eating dirt. Like, they're eating dirt on the ground, and we see somebody run over to this massive blast that's heading in their direction, and it's 17. He runs in that direction, he holds out the barrier, and I think at that given point, we got spoiled as to what was going to happen, because as I said before, if you look very closely, Goku and Vegeta are back down into their base forms, they're beaten up, they're lying inside of craters. And the only other person that's, you know, preventing them from getting eliminated, which I think if it were not for him, they would be gone, you know, from the moment that blast would have touched them, is 17. I think that the way 17 is going to go out is he's going to fight through the entire episode. I don't see 17, you know, just being completely fodderized, even though in terms of power he is very inferior compared to Jiren. That doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. But I think that as we draw near towards the finale, I think that what's going to happen is 17 is going to literally give it all he has to use that barrier to protect Goku and Vegeta, since they're the only ones that really can do any significant damage. Frieza is nowhere to be seen, and because he's out there hiding or knocked out or something went down with him. We don't know what happened to him, but he's somewhere. And the only people left fighting him are, of course, Goku and Vegeta. Would I have preferred Frieza to be in there as well? Hell yeah. 4-on-1 would have been great. But so far it's going to be 3-on-1. So I think that the way he's going to go, Jiren's going to beat up Goku, Jiren's going to beat up Vegeta. He's literally going to beat them down so bad to the point where, obviously based on the preview, they're not going to stand back up. But I think the end result of this fight is going to be 17 using that barrier to protect them, and the blast is just going to be too much for 17, and thus breaking his barrier, consuming him, and just wiping him out from the entire stage. That's just me. I mean, maybe you feel differently, but I'm just going based on the preview, and he's been the MVP, so I have to give it to him, but that's the way I think 17 is going to go. Andrew
17 definitely was the MVP of this tournament, and I'm proud of him for this because it does make sense for him to be here. Some people were saying he looks out of place, but I don't agree with that, because even though he was an android, he's still part human, which still allows him to, like, strengthen his energy and stuff like that. That's why he's on par with these 3 fighters besides Jiren over there. And but the thing that I like here is that if he's going to be protecting Goku and Vegeta, that's probably the best way for him to go at this point, because rather than him get defeated in hand-to-hand combat directly, him protecting his teammates, making him probably the most honorable fighter in Universe 7, that's the best way for him to be taken out. Otherwise, he's going to get, and he's a strategical fighter, so if anything, it really would make sense for him to just go and take on Jiren if there's really no way you're going to be able to beat him, with him not even revealing his full potential yet. I don't see 17 getting a new form or a buff in that time.
No, he can't do anything, man. Listen, the battle with Toppo really did drain him, because as Android 18 saw him jump back in the ring once Vegeta blew himself up, you know, we get to see 17, he's holding on to his chest. He's tired. I mean, even though, you know, androids are different when it comes to stamina and efficiency with energy, he's still pretty banged up. And I think that, I mean, it's pretty obvious Jiren's going to destroy him. And, you know, rightfully so, because it's time for him to go. You can't keep, you know, characters dragged into this fight when you know they have no other means of providing. So, as we stated in the previous video, I feel like 17 has served his purpose. I'm very curious to see how he goes out in terms of him doing what he needs to protect Goku and Vegeta. I think, like you said, he's a very noble fighter. He's a very honorable fighter. He's been saving people, you know, more so than anybody else has been saved before. I just feel like everything feels rushed. Everything feels rushed. And it sucks because I really wish in some way, shape, or form Gohan was in here. That way it would come down to the original 5 versus Jiren. Even though I don't think Gohan would have made that much of a difference, still, it would have been cool to see. But now, we're down, you know, yet another guy with Frieza being somewhere just out cold or just hiding. So again, Universe 7 has the numbers game. If time runs out, then, you know, Universe 7 wins. Unless the Omni King says no, there can only be one, then they're gonna switch it up. But I think that for now, 17's gone, unless they flip the script and they bring out somebody else, which would be super shocking. But I think as for now, you know, 17's gonna go. There's nothing left for him to offer, I think, as a fighter, and thus I think he served his purpose, and it's just time for him to sit down and take a look at what Goku, Vegeta, and Frieza are gonna do.
It's cool how he's gonna be used, if most likely, which we pretty much kind of see coming. I like his final barrier move. That's probably his most iconic thing in this tournament, and him using it to kind of baby and protect Goku and Vegeta. That's really, really cool because he's like the in-person plot armor in the tournament right now. Going back to how rushed it feels, honestly, I would have liked Gohan in the final 5 here too, but the thing of the matter here is that, like, the other Saiyans in Universe 6, they've had so many power buffs and stuff like that, and Gohan didn't get a single one in 23 years, and still didn't get anything in this tournament. So that's kind of like, wow. Our own Saiyan from Universe 7, who was probably one of the strongest fighters at all ever in Dragon Ball Z at one point, unfused, just didn't get any love or treatment, while 17 did. Do I hate that? No, not really, because 17, as badass as a character he was, I even liked his voice actor, especially in the English dub. I loved all of those things about him, his persona and stuff like that. I liked seeing him have this honorable side to him, and this made redeem the character so much. The only flaw with 17 that I would probably put out there is that he's not going to get any transformations and anything flashy like that, and I would have liked that to happen, but the only transformation we've ever seen from him happen ever was probably Super 17 and GT, but other than that, I wasn't going to see anything of that sort in this, and that's what was probably the thing that kept people from swinging towards his direction. What will Goku, Vegeta, and Frieza do is beyond me, but the fact that he's protecting Vegeta to stay in this tournament either means that Vegeta may be one of the final 2 in the fight against Jiren, or Vegeta still has some potential that hasn't been tapped into, and this is a sign of 17 showing us that by sacrificing his life for him.
I think that what's most interesting is 17 was a guy that was out to kill, and, you know, after I mean, because he was after Goku in Dragon Ball Z, and it's so refreshing to see how 17 is no longer about that life, and now he's protecting the very people that he swore that he was going to kill, i.e. Goku, when he encountered Vegeta back in Z. So there's been so much development for that character, and I really do appreciate him. I'm just very curious to see how this is going to end, because I just believe that it's going to be rushed, I think. I don't think there's any other means of them taking their time or whatever. I just feel like they're going to rush this. It's going to suck, because once this is all said and done, we're all going to be wondering as to what happens next with Super after everything's over with and done with. But I think that 17, there's nothing left for him to offer, unless they keep him around, like you said. It's a very unlikely scenario. But I just think that the way he's going to go out is he's going to protect them, get engulfed, the blast is going to overtake him, and then boom, he's going to get wrung out, and then he's going to sit down and watch the rest of the fight. That's just me.
That's most likely what's going to happen here. This is the same guy that shot that old man back in Dragon Ball Z, and that's crazy to see, because with 17, he seems like such a peaceful character throughout this entire tournament, and he was the one that you could depend on the most. That's why I feel like he gained a lot of fans from this. Some people still hate him to death. I don't know why, because he's not the flashiest of characters, but him being an ace on the team, you cannot take that away from him, and the way he's going out the most honorable way ever. Will he be able to land some hits on Jiren is the question, though, before he goes out. Do you think?
Oh hell no! Oh hell no! He ain't landing nothing. I'm sorry, bro. Not to downplay 17. If he can't touch Topo like that, what makes you think he's gonna touch Jiren? No way. No way.
That's the thing, and that's probably the best way for him to go in a defensive stance with the final barrier, because if he wasn't able to take on Topo, even Frieza wasn't able to take on Topo. That's why it really shows you something here, that maybe Frieza may be the next to go out after him, even though Frieza hasn't been utilized. But if Frieza in 17 couldn't take on Topo, Goku and Vegeta could. There's a reason why he's protecting Goku and Vegeta on the floor there. They still have untapped potential, most definitely, and 17, he's just playing the role to its fullest, and he has no complaints about it whatsoever, and that's why, as a character, he's been utilized probably the most in this tournament. honestly, like from start to finish, he's probably been utilized the most. I wish some characters got.
Oh, he was, yeah, for sure.
Honestly, I don't feel like he was rushed at all, and that's what I wished other characters got his type of treatment, but that's not the case. But any last words here, Alex? Do you have anything you want the viewers to comment about, or? I
want everyone to comment hashtag MVP for 17, because that dude really did deserve the MVP award, I think. And make sure you guys tune back in for more, because we're going to be discussing so many other things on this channel alongside Let's Plays that Paul's going to be bringing up. So, but for this, like I said, it's going to be a memorable moment to see what he does, and I'm looking forward to seeing his support role in helping Goku and Vegeta.
Alright guys, also on top of that, make sure you guys comment down below with the last 2 fighters you think are going to be for Universe 7 against Jiren. I want to know what you guys think. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you Unreal for coming through. We'll be seeing you guys next time. Smash the like button and subscribe. Peace.